I'm really trying to think. I just don't really care.
Bug-eyed, snaggletooth actor, and I'm like, what?
Every day working with Jenna Ortega is a treat, okay?
Congratulations. Very happy to return to Nevermore. Season 2 is all about outcast pride. So as creatives, how do you embrace your quirks, even if the normies don't understand it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think about it. I think the wonderful thing about, being this character and working on the show is it's kind of reinforced that acceptance of oneself, in my personal life and everything that we do. I'm really trying to think. I just don't really care. I don't really care what,
That part.
Yeah, I don't know what more to say.
Yeah. I think leading an artistic life for me means also surrounding myself with artists, which is very much like being at Nevermore in real life, right? When you're surrounded by all these people who celebrate what they bring to the table, it becomes so much easier to do it yourself. And I've been blessed to be able to kind of have that my whole life.
Exactly what Joy said.
I do it by lecturing people about bands I love. So sometimes I'll be talking to someone and they won't have heard of a band that I like, some weird band. And I think I like taking a little extra real estate to just explain it to them and stuff. And that's the way I embrace it. I get to sort of celebrate whatever these bands are.
Any band that just comes to mind right now?
Oh yeah, The Damned.
Oh.
A British band.
Okay.
And I love talking about The Damned.
All right.
One of the original punk bands who are still together.
Nice.
And in fact, their first record came out in 1977. Which predated the Sex Pistols.
Steve, how about you?
I remember seeing a clip of you watching the Wednesday dance and knowing immediately that, that it was the Cramps.
Oh, yeah.
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 Huge. Yeah, so that kind of ties into this. That the Cramps were such a huge part of season 1.
Yeah. But what was the question again? About...
So how do you, as a creative, embrace your quirks, maybe when the normies don't get it?
I don't know. I mean, for me, I'm normal, It's, so I always, it was really funny, like, whenever I would have stuff written about me, like articles, it would always start out, bug-eyed, snaggletooth actor, and I'm like, what? Like, calm down.
The audacity.
It's so rude. Like, oh, wait a minute. Like, I acted in that.
But I guess I'm used to it, and I guess I go, all right, if people see me in a different way, it's not how I see myself, but but that's fine. I'm comfortable with who I am.
I just live my life the way I want to live it. I feel comfortable with who I am in my skin, and I love being different.
I love the fact that we as screen parents advocate for showing and enjoying and embracing our differences and our idiosyncrasies. And I think that with a generation, I have a 24 and a 22-year-old, it's so great to see the youth being so strong in their emotions of who they are and what they feel they are and their journey going forward. I come from a generation where it's like, things should be really put in a box and be kept away for, not for public eyes. And this show, I think, is one of the biggest successes of the show, is that it just embraces differences and applauds idiosyncrasies. I love it. I really do love this show because it's a community of followers on a generation that surpasses any other show, from 9-year-olds to 99-year-olds. It's such a rarity, and for a demographic like that to individually find things that they relate to, it's very hard to find that. It's a formula that I'm sure many people would like to duplicate, but it's quintessentially Addams Family, helmed by Wednesday's journey.
The fundraising gala is coming up. We're all very excited. What had more pageantry, filming the gala scenes or prepping for Lady Gaga's appearance?
I'd say almost prepping for the gala scenes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gala was pretty intense.
Yeah.
Um,
I can't speak
yeah.
to the rest, yeah.
Anxiously awaiting. I know. Anything that you can tease about her upcoming appearance?
No, I had no idea that she was in it. And I never saw her while I was there, and I was quite upset by it. But we know that whatever she's going to do is going to be fabulous. So I can't wait as a fan of the show to see her in it.
Absolutely fitting how she's going to fit into the whole Wednesday world. Lady Gaga is coming for the second part of season 2. But I have to ask, how would my cat, who's actually named Raven Zeta-Jones, fit in
Raven Zeta-Jones.
on the set of Wednesday? I rescued her. She wouldn't take my surname. She had to be Zeta-Jones.
Oh, come on. We have to have Raven
Look at those
Zeta-Jones
eyes.
on the set.
Look at those
She
eyes.
looks ever so much like Morticia Adams.
Right?
Yes.
It's a vibe.
Her pose.
And this was before you were cast.
Good girl for rescuing beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Raven.
Thank you for doing that.
Oh,
And she
always.
is always welcome on our set.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll
Yes.
tell her that. Emma, we see Enid and Wednesday's friendship evolve as second-year roomies. So how did you and Jenna settle back in and, reestablish that closeness in Ireland?
I don't think we had to really reestablish anything. I think it's sort of instant. I think the hair and makeup and costume and everything sort of does a lot for us, but it's just so easy working with her that you don't really have to figure it out again. It was just sort of a natural step back into it.
And Jenna said she could see your dance and Zorro sword training immediately. So what do you take away from that incredible duel?
First of all, how much fun it was, because she, when you think that there's so much talent in that beautiful little body, it's like, okay, yeah, she can sword fight. When I did Zorro, I trained a lot to sword fight, because I did it a lot in Zorro. And it's actually something that I took away with me after I finished filming, because I really enjoyed it as a fitness regime. Haven't done it in years. So I was really, really excited to bring that into the character, because they verbally and emotionally duel, as mother teenage daughters sometimes do, especially with Wednesday and Morticia. And so to have the physical duel was genius on behalf of the writers, I thought. And it was every day working with Jenna Ortega is a treat, okay? So just having that experience, and it does become iconic with Wednesday and Morticia doing that. I hope everyone enjoys that scene.
Brilliant. Yeah,
Thank you.
Fabulous. You've worked with Jenna and Tim before separately. What is it like jumping into the creative sandbox with them?
Oh, it's so much fun. And I think, it was sort of intimidating to step into this world after being a huge fan of the first season and a big fan of the Addams family, in general, as a kid, the TV show. But because I had worked with Tim before, I knew that it was going to be fun working with him. And then I just happened to work with Jenna like right before this, and she was lovely and she's so talented. So I was intimidated, but also very, very excited to jump in.
Fred, Uncle Fester is like an agent of chaos, but is key to Wednesday's big Willow Hill plan. So I'm curious, what was it like getting into all that mischief on set and facing off with actors like Tandaway Newton?
It's great because everything is just happening to him. He's like a sort of mastermind of all this stuff, but it's everyone else's reaction. It's people being frustrated with him or confused by him. And he just gets to sit there and smile as they're spinning around and trying to figure out what's going on. So it works in his favor.
And were you a fan of the Addams Family originally in Uncle Fester?
Oh, yes. A huge part of my life, growing up watching TV and that first TV series. I loved it. It was great. And I always loved Uncle Fester. But then the movies in the 90s after that. So I always loved it all. This is very easy to say yes to.
Joy, I'm obsessed with Priyanka. I'm even wearing Siren's eyes, and I can't even see.
I thought so.
That's the commitment I have. So this season, you are now Morticia's fundraising gala liaison. What did you enjoy most about combining the role of being a siren and the teen world and collaborating so closely with the iconic Catherine Zeta-Jones?
I mean, it was such a dream. I remember being like 10 years old and watching Chicago on my family's desktop and like being so marveled. And so it's so full circle to come around and be working with Catherine so closely, especially in a role where, she's saying that she's so proud of me, and I'm like, oh, thanks, Catherine, even though she's speaking to Bianca. It's so awesome, and I also learned so much from her. I got to be such a sponge, which is my favorite thing to be, and learn so much from, you know, her wisdom and her kindness on set, and her generosity as a performer as well. So it was really cool, especially because, you know, Bianca's so conflicted and complex this season, and I got to do that across from this flight.
Catherine, I love to see that you brought your husband, Michael Douglas, to set in Ireland. So what was his take on the spectacle and the Tim Burton of it all?
He was fascinated by the sets, I think, because he didn't come to Romania. We were there so little. It was just me and you, right, for a few weeks there, really. He wanted to see his producer's hat. He wanted to see the visuals because he didn't know if Tim just digitally put everything in, and he was really, like, wowed by our set designs. That, no, it's not all done by a computer, that we actually build this stuff, and it looks so incredibly authentic. And I gotta give it to Michael, he also came for the golf in Ireland. He came to see me, he came to see the sets of Wednesday, but I think he really came for the golf.
Now, who won between you and Michael?
Who do you think?
Okay, right there.
Oh, that's it.
Right there.
In season 2, we see Wednesday saying that she doesn't have FOMO, she has phobia, fear of being included. So you are including more on your very full plate this season as a producer. How does being included creatively fill your cup?
A very interesting question. I still think the creative side is definitely more of the acting portion. My producerial role is actually a bit more of the technical stuff and behind the scenes, and, you know, making sure that we're doing everything as safely and efficiently as possible, and what is best for the show. You know, so it was a lot more analytical. So I still take great pleasure in being able to try new things and improvise and you know, challenge certain ideas in front of the camera. So it hasn't changed much more. It's just maybe it's nice to have the background and a better understanding of everything that we're doing behind to make everything that's happening in front as easy as possible.
And flawless for us to look at, so it's great.
Yes, of course, yes.
Yeah.
But we have such an incredible team doing all that stuff and designing, so we're quite lucky. I feel like for the most part we try to let them do what they need to do. They've been really good about that on this show, letting the creatives be creative.